Hello. So I just drew a topic out of this hat here. Out of a few different choices for this impromptu speech, and the topic that I drew was sports. So I'm going to talk about something with sports that's been on my mind. Something I think that needs to be changed in relation to sports, and this has to do with college athletics and the NCAA, the National Collegiate Athletic Association. And the problem that I see here is has to do with the players and them not getting paid anything to compete for the school. If you look at a school's for public universities, you can see how much money each professor, each employee of the university makes, and the number one employee that makes the most money at universities is usually the head football coach, and usually right after that is the basketball coach. Now these coaches get paid a lot of money, and that makes sense because those programs, the football, basketball program, other sports, bring in a lot of revenue for the school. But what do the players get? The ones that actually go win the games for the school. They get a scholarship, which is great. It's a huge benefit, pays for their tuition and usually their housing and food. But that's it. They don't get anything beyond that, and these coaches are making millions of dollars. Like if you look at a recent college player, Zion Williamson, who played basketball at Duke University, his games would sell tickets for thousands of dollars, close to the same as a Super Bowl ticket, and he didn't get anything for that. But the school benefited greatly. Now, I do think it's a fine line to tread, and I don't think that college athletes should be paid millions of dollars like pro athletes. But when you think about a college athlete, that is their life. With school and the sport they're playing, they don't have time for anything else. They don't have time to get a job. So they can't be making any money because there's no time to have a job. So what I believe is that these athletes should be paid, no, not millions of dollars, but even if it's just minimum wage in the state, which the university is, if it's just minimum wage, that'll still go a long way because these athletes can't have a job, and they can't receive any benefits from anybody, any boosters of the university or anything like that. And if they do, they can't play that sport anymore. So they can't receive anything. They have to live off of a lot of times their parents, and a lot of these athletes don't have parents to make enough money to support them like that. So if they could even just make minimum wage, it would be a huge step forward, because like in these college players, even before they enter college and high school, if they receive any money for playing their sport, they can't play it in college. So if there's a basketball player that receives some money, incentive to go to university, and then someone finds out he can't play or she can't play, or even if they receive like free stuff, computers, cars, things like that, they can't play and their eligibility is gone. And I think paying the athletes would help with this problem a little bit, because it happens. Coaches, other people, boosters, do go under the table to pay these athletes and to incentivize them to go to their university. And if any of this is found out, the athlete can't play football or basketball or whatever sport it is anymore. So with my proposal that we just give these athletes minimum wage just to start, see how things go, just so they can have some fun, go do fun things, use some money. I think it'll be a huge step forward for the NCAA and for college athletes in general.